remember the first phone you ever got? Let's be honest. We've all had an Android before. I have, you have, she has, we all have. And before one of you Gen Alphas start writing in the comments, "Hey Blackie, I've had an iPhone since I was 3. Shut up, you privileged, disgusting, annoying little iPad kid, and go back outside or touch some grass. But anyway, I was more or less the same. My first iPhone was a 2010 Torch Series BlackBerry Red. I had just started middle school at that time, and my mom thought it would be a good idea for me to be able to contact her with an old phone that she used to use. I mean, it was alright. I just remember playing one farm game on it, and I used to have a lot of minutes because, well, I didn't have any friends. And there was this one time in my history class, the alarm I had set prior for lunch kept ringing in the middle of a test, and I just didn't have any idea how to turn it off. So it just kept ringing and ringing and ringing, and everyone was annoyed. The teacher was annoyed, the other students was annoyed, even me, and it was my phone. I just had no idea how to turn this motherfucker off. It's like, ugh, bro, if you don't turn that dusty ass Nokia alarm off, if that motherfucker goes off one more time, I'm gonna shove that shit so deep up your anal cavity, you're gonna be able to dial 911 just by twitching your 2 ass cheeks. Hey, yo! So when turning the damn thing off didn't work, I walked outside the classroom and stomped on it like 40 times until it was finally silent. And yes, it was completely broken after that. But after that, I just rolled without a phone for the rest of the year. My mom didn't care. The school year was about to be over, so my grandma got me what would be my new upgrade that following year. And this was a ZTE Android. It was also around that time that Kik was starting to blow up. Everyone was on there and hitting up group chats and things of that nature. And everyone I knew had a group chat, and I was finally fitting in with my peers because of Kik. Kik, if you're listening, thank you so much. But eventually, I would get kicked out because of one reason. They found that I had an Android, nigga. And the way they found out was when I had texted one of my friends in a private conversation. Look, it was just phones, no Kik. And he must have been so utterly disgusted and appalled to see green text bubbles on his phone screen. I mean, he must have been completely embarrassed to call me his friend. So, yeah. That same day, I was removed from the group chat. Yeah, man. Kids, evil as fuck. And after that day, I understood that if I didn't have a blue bubble, I'll never have any friends. I'll never be in any funny ass group chat. Never be able to play iMessage games. I can't even talk to a baddie because if she sees a green bubble, she's gonna think I'm some lame ass nigga. Cause you don't got an iPhone yet. Without an iPhone, I was lost. Lost and locked behind the gates of Android land. Green bubbles were everywhere, and I was suffocating under how lame and pathetic I was. I reached out to my mom and I begged her to buy me an iPhone, but she wasn't having it, man. She thought it was too expensive, and the phone I had worked fine as long as I could call her on it. But I wasn't satisfied. I needed it. But I had no other way of obtaining my first iPhone. And it wasn't until I was already in the middle of my first year of high school, fresh off the porch, that was when I was able to get a job at Whataburger. Now that's a story for another time, but let me tell you, crazy stuff happened at Whataburger, man. But fast forward me working my absolute ass off for 3 paychecks that I'm pretty sure my boss was docking payments off of. Whatever. Fuck Whataburger. I had told my mom that I was going to be able to buy my own phone, so she wasn't going to have to keep me on her plan any longer. And so she drove my happy ass to T-Mobile so that I could buy my very first phone. My very first phone ever, really, because it would be my first iPhone, but it'd be the first phone I'd ever buy on my own. Anyway, I knew exactly which one I wanted. See, by the time I was in high school, there were already plenty of iPhones to choose from. There was the 6, the 6 Plus, 5, 5S, 4S, all the way down to the first iPhone. The one I wanted was the iPhone 4 Plus. It was at a reasonable price, it wasn't too old, and most people I knew are at least had an iPhone 4, so a little upgrade wouldn't hurt. It wasn't the newest version, but everybody would still see those blue bubbles. And that's ultimately what I wanted. I get home, I set it up, boom. Now, I didn't tell everyone at school that I got a new phone. I was a smart kid. Or maybe just an overthinker. Regardless, I wanted this transition to be like natural, like I always had it. But they just didn't notice. And for a while they didn't. It wasn't until I had finally sent out a text to a girl whose number I had from school. Now, of course, I don't remember exactly what I said, but what I do remember is she didn't answer my question. She only responded back with,
"Oh, you have an iPhone?"
Yeah. I had it for a little minute, and I felt the power in my blue text bubble. I was texting everyone I knew. I was playing 8-ball, I was playing cup pong, that one basketball game that I always lose at. I was on top of the fucking world! And that wasn't even the best part. See, on a regular Android, you can only call or text, but you can't actually look at the person you're talking to. And if you want to do something like that, well, you would have to download this app called Google Duo. But ain't nobody trying to do all that. However, on an iPhone, you have this feature called FaceTime. And I was spamming the hell out of it, man. I was FaceTiming friends, I was FaceTiming group chats, FaceTiming the baddies I thought was trying to fuck with me. Yeah, it was safe to say that an iPhone completely changed my life. I was opened up to a completely different world. The gates that once stood in my way were no longer there. I left the land of androids forever, never to return again. Until I shattered my phone like after 3 months. And I didn't get a warranty, and I couldn't get it fixed. So, once again, I had to go the rest of the school year phoneless, friendless, and bitchless. But after I had graduated from high school and moved out of the house, I definitely bought another iPhone. Yeah, what's good, Mud? I hope you all enjoyed the video because I definitely enjoyed making it for you. Just make sure you share this with your friends and folks back home. This is my first time making something like this, and I think I found my way with this funny animation story time type of content. If you like my drawings or just want to stalk me and things of that nature, you can follow me on Instagram at @TheQuery'sHandy_ or at Handy the Artist, where I post most of my work. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic life. See ya. Some people that would swear to God that they the shit. They be claiming everything that I be doing. I can't fake it. I done told them if I get the drilling that it must be changing. Yeah, the weather getting cold outside. I done doubled up my hoodies. It's a double homicide. Gotta catch a whiff before I ride. I want everything. I swear to God I can't decide. I got plenty hoes, got plenty gold, got plenty clients. I can't even fuck with that little bitch. Nobody Clyde. I'm like, hold up, mama. I've been thinking again. What made me decide to use this pad and this pen? Yeah, yeah.